Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to do a deep dive into my Turo business in a desire to help whoever wants to build one, whoever wants to start one, so that you can have additional streams of income. It's very, very important to me that people are able to provide income if something should happen to them, right? Especially men. And so I'm going to do this deep dive into my business, see how I show you how it started, show you where I am now, give you all my tips and tricks so that you can, from the very beginning, start your business and be able to do what you need to do to be able to provide for your family and be able to put your money to work. All right. So I start off with you got to know your value, right? So I start off with the performance section. It's under business, and then you do performance. And so I have a long background, years of background in customer service, and so it's beautiful to see it represented in this because it's natural to me to give the best customer service possible. So I'm going to walk through there and show you the value of performance on the platform. This is Turo. Um, this is a car share platform, and I think it's one of the best ones out there. There's another one called Get Around that I'm going to, I'll do a video on that once I get to them. But right now, I just want to show you how I'm doing with Turo, based on the fact that they were the ones that actually I was introduced to, and I think for me, it was actually very, very instrumental in allowing me to be able to make some pivots and be able to make it through some serious situations. And so again, performance. And so basically, they rate you based on how you respond. Mine's all-star host typically is 95%. So I'm an all-star host. I achieved that by being able to meet these criteria. 100% response rate, responded to 422 out of 422 requests, acceptance rate, and I'll show you how you can use the system and set the system up so that you can put yourself in a position to be able to be successful and be able to be a all-star host and be able to get yourself shown more, your vehicle shown more than if you were just a guy just starting out, right? Again, and it didn't take me a long time to be able to achieve that. They do a check every quarter. And so you just got to make sure you know what the criteria are, make sure you're giving great service. If you're trying to build a business, then this is something fundamental you got to have it done, right? So again, acceptance rate, you accepted 421 out of 422 requests. Commitment rate, you honored 409 out of 412 trips, 99% there. 5-star ratings, 99%. You earned 269 5-star ratings out of 272 rated trips. Just a little thing on that, I share with the customer my desire to give 5-star service, and my hopes is that they will give 5-star customer business, and so therefore it's a win for everybody. And so you have to ask for it. You have to let them know that it's important to you. You have to let them know that you hope you've earned it, in hopes of being able to make sure everybody's a win-win for everyone. Basically, because if you don't say anything at all, if you don't say what your desire is to create the service, then they don't think about it. They just go home and done. So I noticed at the very beginning when I started off, I didn't talk about it at all, and literally people just would no rating at all, or they would just go about their business, right? And so you want to make sure that you talk about it, and so that they know it's important to you, and it's important to them. They also get a 5-star rating based on how they've done, right? Let's see, completed trips. So all-star host, you only have to do 10 trips. I've completed 325 trips so far. And so again, and this is again just for this period of time, it's from July 2022 to July 30th, 2023. If I went back in time here, went to through a little more, I probably would have probably more trips than that. But that's where we're at right now. So again, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm going to go through and show you when I started, how I started, and where I'm at now, just so that you can also know that you can build your business based on and being able to get yourself an opportunity to make some money. Reviews, okay, very, very important to me that I give great customer service. Again, we talked about that. And so if you look through reliable car, easy pickup and drop off, no issues, very easy process, Maurice's great and understanding, really made my trip easier and enjoyed driving the car. Definitely, I will book again. These are things, you got to earn that, right? And so these are things that you want to make sure that when you're building your business from the very beginning, that you're doing it to a point where you're building, your performance is great, and then your reviews are great, okay? And so to go from there. So you see the performance, see the reviews, see where I'm at, I'm all-star host, you see the reviews I'm receiving, and then you go to earnings, right? And so what I want to do is show you where this first started. And this first started for me in 2021, and it started with my Toyota Camry, my 2017 Toyota Camry. And I was blessed and I was able to get my Tesla, my dream car. I wanted that Tesla so badly, I literally was able to get one based on being obedient and setting up my businesses correctly, getting the right credit unions. I went to Penn Fed Credit Union, and so when the car came up as an opportunity, I went to them. And everything was lined up, and I was able to get it because I went to a credit union. I didn't have to trade in the car that I had, and so I kept my Toyota Camry. And so a friend of mine had told me about Turo, and I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do. I've got this car. I might as well put it to work. And that's really the beginning of time where I was learning about putting your money to work, turning liabilities into assets. And so the car I'm paying a payment for regardless, right? And so it's a liability. And so the opportunity presented itself for me on Turo to be able to turn that liability into an asset because it was an extra car just going to be sitting around, right? And so if you look at the business, I earned in 2021, I earned $1,900, $1,910 earned in 2021. And basically I started off in October. And this red thing, one of the things that I never forgot that lesson I learned where I did not set and I'll talk about this later as we go on, I did not set up the bookings to be automatic if they met the criteria that I needed to have for as a host. And so the first guy came through there, booked it, and then I didn't see in time because you got a period of time. If you don't automatically book, you don't automatically book for them, then you have to go in and actually confirm it. Gives you an opportunity to say, yeah, I don't want this booking. I don't like this guy, I don't like this person, or maybe the car is not available, or maybe I got a trip. So it gives you the opportunity to do that. But then again, if you remember the performance and so forth, that's going to affect your performance if you keep cancel. If you don't book them automatically, then you go in and keep canceling randomly. Then they're going to be like, you're booking one out of every 20 trips, and so they're not, you're not going to be able to get to all-star hosts, which is very important, I believe. All right. And so, yeah, so I didn't get the notifications. I wasn't used to getting the notifications where they send them. And so I literally missed that. I was so angry that I lost $206. Imagine, I'm like, $206. But first starting off, the payment on this car is only $498. And so that would have been significant at the gate to being able to get that to show and say, hey, Maurice, you're being smart. You're turning a liability into an asset. You can make the payment with this, right? And so missed that, but I never forgot that lesson. So I made sure that I went in and set everything up so that I would not have that happen again, unless it was an uncontrollable situation. So that was the first month, October. November, I did $499 again. The payment on this car is $498, and so I literally was able to pay for the car payment, but the car paid for itself, right? And then the next month, as it kept going, $984. This paid for car payment, it paid for insurance, and it paid some of the car that my dream car, right? And so that's what you want. You want to turn. So again, for me, these are things. This was money that was going to be going in anyway. I had to pay this car payment, right? But now all of a sudden, the money that was going to be going out has turned into money that's coming in to cover what it was going out before. So the whole thing is income for me because now literally I turned money that was taken out of my pocket and the money coming into my pocket to cover that out of pocket. And so it was a win. And so you want to do that. You want to create businesses and set your life up where your money's working for you, right? That is how the wealthy do it. They put their money to work, right? They say if you're working, that means your money is unemployed, right? Put your money to work, turn liabilities into assets. So this car was a liability. It was just taking money out of me every month. Yeah, I get to drive and home, wonderful and things like that, but it's a liability. Just like a house, if your house is just paying a mortgage payment, even though there's some upside to real estate, for the most part, it's a liability until you make it turn into something, but I'll do a house hack or something like that, turning into a great opportunity to be able to have tax savings. Then you can turn that liability into an asset. So you want to turn all your as many liabilities you have into assets. And so that was such a blessing to me. I'm like, man, this is great. I love this. It makes so much sense. I'm increasing my cash flow. I'm I'm reducing my outflow and increase my inflow. And so then I'm like, man, I wonder if I could do this. And can I do more, right? And so literally I had a bunch of cars on there. I had the kids' cars. I was paying for the whole thing. And so I typically couldn't run in there and get another car. But I said, let me try. And so I went after a Toyota because I had a Toyota. So I'm like, man, let me do a Toyota because Toyotas do really well. They run for a long time. People love them. And so then I went after Toyota in 2022. I went after adding this Toyota. So I was able to add the Toyota, and it didn't come in the very beginning. It comes in, I think, down here somewhere. But let me show you. I think if I change it to just the one vehicle, you're able to see the Toyota, the 2017 Camry working by itself, right? So look at all this. So this is January. January, I got COVID, and so I had to shut everything down. And so again, this is money that's coming in. If something happened to me, so my wife could have kept on going and kept on doing it. And so I created an opportunity for them to see that we have income coming in, that we're not just relying on me totally. So that was a great opportunity to be able to show the value of putting your liabilities to work and put that car to work so that the car is making money for the brand. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, I lost a lot of money. I was making a lot of money. So there wasn't like, it was covering my expenses or covering my income, but it was income, right? And so we want that. You want income instead of liability, right? So this car alone just did 10,912. And if you do the math, 5 times 12 is $6,000. And so this car made $4,912 in profit, over covering its payment. So again, keep in mind, I was paying that car payment anyway. Now I went from paying that car payment to not to the car paying for itself, paying its own car payment and the insurance. And so $4,912 on top of the car payment. So some of that will go to insurance, but the rest of it is profit, right? So now I just turned a negative situation into a positive situation. And so then I added in the 2022 Camry. As you can see, I've got some cars in here, because I'm determined. I got a hold of something that I saw that created cash flow, and I'm like, I have a personality where I'm gonna maximize. I'm gonna go for it. So I'm like, let me see if I can do it. Right. So you can see here about added about $5,000 by adding in my Toyota Camry, the 2022. Well, my thinking was that the mileage on the 2017 was getting up there, but then then not keeping in mind the fact that um, Toyotas can go forever. People know that, and the mileage on it was not a problem. But I was like, man, this is doing really well. I'd hate for it to slow down because the car's got over 100,000 miles. And so I'm like, let me see if I can get another one. So I got another one, bought that in there, and then put that to work. But again, people don't get to this day. That car is my number one moneymaker. People love the car. So Toyota's got great room in it. It's a great year. Um, Reliable, runs like a dot, no issues. All changes on a regular basis. It's a beautiful car. I love it. It's one of my favorite cars, literally because it was able to start me on this process. So if you look here, then 15,819 earned in 2022, just off of those two vehicles, right? And so let me see here if all the vehicles, if they added some cars in there for 2022, that may have added to it. No, that was just those two cars, about 16. I think, oh, my Tesla. And so I put my Tesla to work in 2022, and that added income as well. You can see that added about $900. So again, beautiful concept. It went from becoming a liability again to an asset, right? Keep in mind also on top of that, it was $22 to get the Tesla fully charged. And so I'm saving there, and the car is paying for itself, right? And so the process could be that I could continue to keep this car on there, and it could pay for its own stuff. I'll wait till they get, you put the car on there till it pays its car payment and the insurance, and then you take it back off forever. Or you put it on weekends and do what the weekends do it, and then go from there. Back then, when I first started, Tesla were making a lot of money. It was like $85, $90 rental. Now there's so many of them out there that you have to, it's saturated, so you have to like drop down your payment, and I'm not I mean, drop down your daily charge. And I'm not necessarily interested in doing all that, but so I do it off and on depending on what the need or situation may be. Okay, so that's 2022. So then I got excited about this, and I did. It's like, if I could get more cars, then this could be something typically that I can buy. I started working on trying to find a situation where I could buy my time back, and ultimately, should after getting hit by COVID, being down for 30 days, and seeing I'm in retail. If you don't sell something, you don't make any money, right? I've been doing it well. I've been doing it for years, but the situation arose that made me think, hey, you know what? Something happens. Then we had COVID, right? And so it reminded me that, what, if something happens to you or something crazy happens, you have to still create income for your family. And I'm a go-getter, I'm a hustler, uh, but you have to be intelligent about it. And so this gave me an opportunity, gave me an insight, like, man, if you can grow this business, then you literally can maybe get to the point where that pays for what you're making. You can buy your time back, and then also maybe you can grow it into something bigger than that, which is my goal, to grow it as big as possible, right? And so then if I put in all the vehicles in here, and then we go into 2023, you can see and this is through May. You can see it's significant, something's working, right? And so I went after it. I did strategic partnerships where I'd asked my friends, if you got, or anybody talk to, but pass word of mouth. You got a car just sitting there, let's put it to work. Let's why turn let a car be a liability and suck money out of you when you can put it to work, or why don't you turn it into something that can increase income? And so I found a couple people that had cars floating around, and they weren't using them, so we put those to work. And then I was able to find somebody to be able to get me to buy some cars. I found an investor. I was able to team up with them, and we bought some cars, and I do all the work, and we split 50-50, right? And so that allowed me to be able to increase income. My goal was trying to achieve $10,000 or at least amount of cars a month. And so I was blessed because in April of 2023, I was able to make with the cars that I had after street partnerships and investors coming in bringing cars, and we're doing a split. I was able to get to 10,472, and I believe I did this with, if you do the math, I think with 11 to 12 cars. And so that for me made like, man, this model works. And so um, I had a little setback here from May where the investor, for those cars, he took his cars back. And so that put me back here. And so with the cars, with 8 cars, I was able to get, and I was pushing, I was like, let's get this done. I was able to get to 7489 plus 283, so about $7,700 with 8 cars. And so again, that works really well for me because that means that the 77, 78, yeah, about 70, almost $7,800. Works well for me because that means the concept works. And so literally where I'm at right now is really just trying to get to the point where I add more cars and be able to get and top and beat this 10,000, this number here. I know it's possible. I can see it being done. I mean, this was confirmation and confirmation after that. All right. And so that's the business. I mean, it's simply really, it's just getting started. It's simply about, going there and putting your cars to work. And so let me show you how I go through and put the information in for a car. Let's say you want to add a car. So I'll use my Toyota Camry, which I love. We'll use that car as an example. And so as if you go in there, you have different, you have all the different criteria to add. You put the car in, you got to get photos, the whole thing. And so if you start off with pricing, and this, the calendar shows you, this is the end of the month, so it's showing me what's left over. And so then if you go to pricing and discounts, okay, pricing and discounts, then you literally you get to choose. So I let you can change this number at any time. You can change this number as far as the minimum price. You can change the maximum price, which I've done in hopes that something should pop off, and I don't want to be limited by $95. I don't know if that's something where they adjust according to regards to recommended, or you're stuck there. And so I raised mine up just in case. I was always believing for the best, right? But then it was, I had booked in a bunch of stuff before the month started, and then had the little setback there, and then had to readjust. And then I did the 35, and then I uh, got those bookings in there, and then I decided to just go right along with Turo and what they recommended for that car. And so they say $35 a day, but they're really good about it, because if you go up here, you look and you see this automatic pricing, so they adjust according to the supply and demand. So it's not going to be $35 every day for the rest of the thing. If the supply and demand's there, the weekends they raise it up, they do it automatically for you. So they do automatic pricing, so you literally can trust them in that regard. So I just needed, for the end of the month, I'm like, hey, let me just let them do it, see if I can get these bookings in, fine tune this process. And again, I'm an all-star host, and so they're working for me, I'm working for them, we're helping each other out, right? And so you can do custom price. You can go in there and say, I want to make it $35 for this week, or I want to make it $50 for this week. So you can do all of that on the calendar. It's very, very flexible. Price boost is if somebody last minute goes in there and last minute price boost, they come in last minute, want to book a car, which happens a lot, then they will pay 10% of whatever the booking is for that fee. And then you have discount. You have a duration discount. I don't do discounts. I got the reason I did was I had my 2017 Camry, which again we talked about. I literally had it in there, and then somehow I had all discounts. It had 10% for 3 day. It had the 15% for 7 day. It had the 30% for it. These people booked the car for. They came from Europe, and they go to Palm Springs every year. They booked the car for 2.5 months, and I had all those discounts were in there because I was paying attention. Again, it was like my I was just second, third car, so I was literally just working the process out. And they got me. I mean, it was like $799 off the top just for the 30 day, for the 30+ day discount, and then they got the early bird discount. So I was like, it's like $1,000 I lost off of the booking. Would they have booked it with me? I don't know. But they loved the car. They did. They took it for a period of time. They took great care of it. But again, that's a lot of money. So I said, never again. And so I don't mess with those discounts there. I'll give you an early bird, a 7 day in advance discount because it's a win for both of us. You're making sure you're planning, and I'm making sure that I know ahead of time what's coming. So that way I can, maybe budget, say, hey, you know what, I've got all these booking, they'll start booking July, August, September if you give them this discount. So I put that in there for every car. Now, if you go to location delivery, I use the home location for that, and then I use the airport, and then I'll take it delivered to their house as well. Some people just do come to my house and get it, or they pick a location off site and they say, "Hey, come go pick a car from there." There's no delivery fee for that if they come to your house, but there's a delivery fee if they come to the airport. There's a delivery fee if they you drop it off at their house, and so you can give a discount there. Again, I'm not crazy about discounts. If you do 2 weeks or more, I'll give you a discount. For delivery, I'll give you a discount delivery. I'll give it for free. All right, and so then we have guest instructions. And so for guest instructions, I typically use a template for that, and they give you a template that sends out automatically. So I don't worry about any of this in here. But yeah, so I use a template to give them directions. And if you go into photos, I have a ton of photos in there because I was, start off maybe I had 4 or 5 photos, and as I'm tweaking this business, as I'm trying to fine tune the business for the month of May because of the setback I had, I literally went in there and added a bunch of photos, and it's been helpful. So literally, I made sure every car had at least 14, 15, 16 photos in there because people just want to see the car, they want to see inside. It's like a house. Going through the house, you want to see the bedroom, the kitchen, all of that. So I literally has been beneficial to do that. So I added a bunch of photos in to make sure they have photos in there. And then Turo tells you add as many photos as possible so that you can get the interest of the potential renter. All right, details. On the details part, you just put in there all the stuff you have, no receipts, gas, and things like that. So if you got a premium vehicle, make sure you put in premium gas. And then also make sure all the features are in there because people are looking to figure out what they can do. And then Apple CarPlay. And then this part here, car description. When you're adding a car, you're going to have to putting a 50 minimum a word description. So if you're in there putting a car in, you're taking, you got pictures online. If you're organized and you're good, you're ready to go, you got your description ready to go. If you just want to get the car in and make sure there's no recalls, make sure you just get in there so you can get started. You're gonna have to be ready to put in it won't let you go past it without putting 50 words in there. So initially, I just want to get all the car stuff in. I'll work out the description later. So I would put like X space, just so I can get that part done. Get the car in there, make sure there's no recalls on it. Make sure they take it, and then from there go back and then tweak it, snooze it right afterwards, and then go back. So be careful. Don't play around. These people, I don't know how they do it, but there are customers out there searching all the time. And I don't know if they've got alerts. I don't know what Turo is doing on that side, but you literally are not paying attention. Your car, you may have it in there for $10 a day, do something ridiculous in there, you're not paying attention. And then all of a sudden your car gets booked and you're like, you can't cancel because if you cancel, it's gonna be a mark against you. I mean, you can, if it's ridiculous, but it's gonna be a mark against you. So you want to be very, very careful. Make sure that you tweak all this stuff, snooze the car while you're figuring everything out. Don't leave it out there vulnerable because they will get you, and then then you got to back out of that, or you got to go for it and give away the car. That's why, like with me, a 2.5 month rental, I'm like, okay, it would end up being like $19 a day, but the car was gone. I didn't have to deal with that car. I could focus on the other cars, and they pay me every week for that, and so it was fine. I took the hit for it, and I moved on from there. And then also one thing, and this is my Toyota Camry here, and I think I'll show you when it comes up here into, I think it's on, yeah, distance included, right? So extras, let me go to extras. I'll tell you this. I don't remember to tell you the story about that at all. So again, details are important. When you put in the car and make sure you're ready to put in that 50+ word situation. And then I also make sure I'm on San Diego. So no smoking, no animals, no Mexico trips. You can know which car to go to Mexico. You may not see that again. And then plus the timing is off. They may not be able to get back in time, and it's going to be a mess. And then you got somebody waiting 3 hours later because your cars are booked up all the time. You're done. So no book smoking. Animal here is a nightmare. Okay, so you don't want the car. I mean, no, I bought a sticker. I got a sticker off of Amazon that says that stick on the cars that say no smoking, no vaping in my car. I mean, it was just getting out of hand. They would say, "Oh no, I don't smoke," and then you go in there, you come, you got the car. They put a little Febreze in there trying to cover it up. Then the next person thinking, well, it's Turo, right? They don't know it's a business for you. They're thinking, oh, that's your car. This dude's driving around, he's smoking weed. I mean, I'm not in or out on the weed thing. I don't do it, but you know, if you don't want to be represented that way, that's what's going to happen when they say they're thinking they're getting your car. And then all of a sudden the car smells like we just picked it up from return. You cleaned it up, you put it out. It smells like somebody smoked in it or vaped in it, and then you have to, then they're like thinking that's you, right? And so I can't have that happening. And then you got people that, it's like anything else. I don't like smoking rooms. I don't like smoking cars, any kind of stuff like that. So you want to control that. So once I started putting that sticker on, the big old red sticker, got on Amazon, it was cheap, $12, something like that. It just literally dropped down. So I would recommend you do that as well. All right, and then extras. Extras are key. I'm in a place where a lot of destination people come travel for vacation and so forth, and so I do a child safety seat. Brand new ones I buy, make sure they're perfectly clean and healthy, the whole thing, because somebody's baby's going to be in there. And I charge them $35. But ideally, if you get the right one and it matches up to what they need for their child, you're saving a bunch of hassle. The dad's going to run around carrying that baby seat through the airport, on the plane, or home, whatever how they do it. So you can, for $30, $35, you can reduce that stress. I send them pictures of it if they book it. I send them pictures of it so they make sure it's the right one. You want to get it here and it's wrong one for them, to make sure. But it's a good opportunity to be able to make some extra money there. Prepare fuel. Just make sure the number makes sense. It's a win for everybody. And so I don't put it low. Then they book it, and all of a sudden you got to pay $60 to put, these gas prices. You got to put $60 to fill it up, and you only got $40. So make sure you control that. Make sure you understand the rates that are going on, how much gas is costing, so that you don't get taken advantage of that. You don't set yourself up for fail on that one. All right, distance included. This is the one I want to tell you. This brand new car. So literally, you saw I bought the car. Love this car. It's so beautiful. And then I had it on there, not paying attention. And the Turo was like, "Oh, we recommend unlimited distance." Okay, I'm trying to get this car rented. I'm thinking, let me do this unlimited distance. I'm in San Diego. Where are they going to go? I literally get so these four dudes booked it. They were going on a road trip to Vegas. It booked automatically because I do the booking automatically. And then and they're like texting, "Oh yeah, we're gonna ride and take." Literally, I'm like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I'm in. I'm not gonna cancel it." They were honest. They told me what's going on. It was a brand new car. I'm like, "Okay, fine." I said, "Just make sure you take care of my car." Literally comes back, went from 7 miles to like 2,007 miles. They put some mileage on that car. So I got a hit for on one trip. I think the trip made me like, I don't. And again, it's not living miles, so I can't even charge for extra mileage above the daily rate. So I literally made, I don't think like, was it 3 days, maybe 50, $70, $75, something like that, some ridiculous number. And they put 2,000 miles on my car. And so we don't do that ever again. You make sure no unlimited distance. No, absolutely not. Again, you can do as you please, but that may cost you, right? So I change it. I do 250 a day. And so if they get the car for 10 days, they got 2,500 miles. Hey, I'll take a hit for that, right? But I won't take a hit for a 2-day run, 2,000 miles. That's not going to work out too well. So you got to control these things. That's why I'm saying it's very, very important that you go through this. You know how to do it. You know how to set up your car up right, so that you don't lose money. Why should you go through it if I've been through it? So that's why I want to do this thing. It's long, but it'll give you a full from the beginning and opportunity to be able to figure out how to do this business, right? Vehicle protection. I do the 90% plan because I don't like giving people my money, but it has some exposure. It's a $2,500 deductible. The liability stays the same, and so they have multiple options. So they have a 60% where you give them 40, you get 60, and then there's a 75. And so it's beautiful. It's a great plan. No deductible. They cover you for exterior wear and tear, so you can nitpick people like, "Oh my God, you little dent my little car, and you scratched to this, blah, blah, blah," and all day long, filing claims all day. I have no interest in that. I just pray over my cars and believe God that I'm going to get some people that are going to be lined up. Exterior wear and tear, so you get it for that. Replacement vehicle, if something happens to the car, you get $50 a day for replacement, because obviously you're losing money, right? That's a great plan, but you got to give them 40% of your bookings for that. If this is not your money maker, my goal was to try to replace my work income, and so I need to maximize down my income because I want to get to that as fast as possible, so that I know that if anything happened to me, I don't have to go to work, and my family's still covered, right? And so, plus this car has significant equity in it, so I was worried about $2,500 deductible if something happened to it was totaled. I'm pretty certain I'd be all right. And so then there's a 75% plan, which gives you a 250 deductible, no wear and tear in there, but you get 30-day replacement, no loss of hosting income, and then you get liability cover 750, right? And so again, just match it to who you are. What you're looking for, what you're trying to achieve, what kind of risk you want to take. If you're not looking to be like mad money, you just want to just cover your car payment, or maybe cover your your grocery bill. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, that's a beautiful thing about it. is that if money that's coming out of look and see what's coming out of your pocket anyway, what do you have to buy? And then you can take a liability, turn it into an asset, and have it cover that. Right? You're good paying the car payment, or maybe the car's paid off. You're one of those people that's I love people like that. Look, you're efficient, you're good with your money, and your car's paid off, but it still qualifies. You put that thing to work, and then that's straight money. It's just straight money maker, right? You can leave the kids, put the kids to work. Now you just put the cars to work, right? And then everybody's a win. So no, none of the little bells and whistles on this one. If you do the 80%, they get 20, you get 80, and then 750 deductible. Not bad at all. I was on that one for a very long time. All right, and then there's the 85, which also is a good one, but 1625. I mean, if you're gonna do 1625, why don't you do 2500? What's the difference between that and I get my extra 5%? But again, the math doesn't work. But I like 10%. I have a thing about 10%. I give you 10%. It's like paying your tithe in Christianity. I'll give you your 10%, and then I get 90. Right? Well, that's how awesome our God is. It's like He just wants 10%. He's like, I'll bless you 100, so that my 10% makes a difference, and you get to keep 90. And so that's the plan I'm on. It allows me to be able to line up. Right? It just reminds me, yes, I'm in a system where 10% goes out, 90% I get to keep, and then as He blesses the whole 100, it's a win for everybody, right? And so that's the plan I'm on there. And then trip history again, you pick and choose as what's comfortable for you. Not relevant trip history. It shows you all the trips you've had, trip preferences. And so here's a very important part. Book instantly. Make sure that you've tightened everything up. Make sure there's nothing crazy out there. Make sure you've got the discounts you're comfortable with. Make sure you got the mileage you're comfortable with. Make sure you have all those things lined up, and then just hit home location, delivery location, guest location, book instantly. You don't have to worry about paying attention and missing it like I did in my first one. You just they literally go in there, the criteria meet, they're able to book it, book, boom, says you're booked. And then I send a template out that says thank you as soon as they're booked, thank you for your business, and gives them a rundown as far as what's going to go on, what they have to look forward to make it easy, right? One of those things you want to make sure you do those templates, because otherwise you're just answering questions, or the same questions over and over again. And if you are trying to manage your time, you're trying to buy your time back. Time is so much more important than money. People, and y'all know this, right? This is the smart group. This is the wise group, right? Time is much more. You can't get your time back. You can always get money, right? And so you want to be efficient about that. And I do home location an hour. Typically, you can do all the way up to 2 days. So if you just rent this car, and you're not around all the time, but you want to put the car to work, you can do 2 days notice, right? I do 1 hour because this is what I do right now. Okay. And then also for trip buffer, So trip buffer is like how much time you want in between the trips. And so again, I'm blessed. I'm thankful for that. But I mean, as you're running your business, if you have enough cars out there, they're going to get you. I literally had my day was just going to be pretty straightforward. 2 cars went at 10 o'clock, two maybe in the evening. So I had a gap in there to put some work in. Somebody popped in there and I had a car was here sitting 2 o'clock. They come to get it 2 o'clock. So they got it in there. And so you're going to get bookings if you got your car available and you got them out there. So you want to make sure that, again, you put your controls in place that you can handle. I was here, so it was easy. I went, cleaned the car, and dropped it, and then set it up to be able to be picked up from home, from the home location, right? Also, then trip duration. You can play with this. Again, what you want to do? I'm trying to get a maximum car. I've got 9 cars, and so I want those things rented all the time. I had 13 cars, and we did the same thing. I want those rented all the time. So if you're managing your business correctly, you're going in there adjusting pricing. If it's slow, if demand's slow, things like that, you're probably sitting on maybe 2 or 3 cars sitting. Again, depends on what marketplace you're in, right? I'm in a great marketplace, so shortest possible trip and longest possible trip. It can be any. They're asking you how long are you willing to let your car go out. Again, I'm doing this as an opportunity to create income. That's not my car that I drive around. And so I wanted to go. I wanted to maximize. You can pick it anytime. So there's so many times where somebody come pick it up at 4 o'clock. Like somebody picked up 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday, dropped off 11:30 at night. Right? They'll do they'll pick it up 4 o'clock. They'll pick it up at 8, and you could run to some errands, come back and bring it back at 6. Right? Every moment that car is working, says sitting works. Oh, okay, if it's $30, $25, that doesn't really matter. That's money coming in that you wouldn't have had, right? This is the beautiful thing about it, Joe. If you're doing this and creating income where there was no income. And you're making money where there was no money, right? That car is sitting over there right now. And you may be in a situation where you rarely use a car. You got another one, you got a work car. you could put that car to work and create income from nowhere. It was, I mean, every time you get a check, you're like, that's money I did not have before. Praise the Lord, right? And so you want to do that. But again, I'm hoping that this shows you the opportunities that's there. I love y'all. I mean, I'd love to be able to get, you got, want to buy as many cars as possible. You want to invest with me, we'll team up, we'll do it together, we'll do a 50-50 split, we'll go through it. But also, if you just want to do your own thing, hopefully you have all, you can send me comments and say, hey, Maurice, help me. I'll help you. And there's so much money to go around. We got to be a blessing. We got to be a community. We got to look out for each other. And so I will help you. I won't charge you nothing, nothing. You want to partner with me? Let's partner up. That's fine. I'll take. I'm trying to raise money to be able to get to the next level. So I'll partner with you. But if you just want to do it one, two, three cars at your own house, so you're a go-getter, and I will give you all the secrets. I'll help you as much. Now the templates, I'm a little sensitive about those, right? So if you want to use my templates, you may have to get some money out of it. You're not going to give me anything ridiculous, but I can't. There's value in that because I literally that came from experience, and so I can't really. I won't give that away. I will give you all the knowledge. I'll help you get set up. I'll tell you what kind of cars to buy. I'll tell you how to set your thing out. There's no problem. You don't. I just love you, right? But on the templates, the Holy Spirit just puts in my heart. You have to know your value. And so I would definitely, I mean, again, it won't be anything ridiculous, like $50, something like that, but I will give you the templates or something like that. And I'm literally going to create, I think, an e-course just to show how to do those templates. But again, once you do them once, it's not a big deal. And again, they need to match up to your circumstance. My circumstance is a bigger scale circumstance, so mine are set up that way. But the least amount of questions and least amount of interaction you have so that you're paying attention to your phone all the time and can be free and have your time free is what you want, right? So there's value, right? And so you want to be able to do that. So long as possible trip, and then require longer. We don't do that. Don't do it if you're trying to go willing, if you're trying to go all out, don't do that because then you're limiting yourself because they're like maybe just want it for a day, all right? There's so many there's multiple businesses, but one of the businesses like the main there's two of them. There's the business where people are running in your community, your population is high enough where people can run around just in that community and use a car for a day for this, a day for that, day for that. Then there's the people coming. If you're in a community where people are traveling to it, then that's another business right there, right? So you want to maximize both. You want to get cars that are going out every daily, day, always moving. They're never sitting. And then you want cars that people coming in. They're coming for 4 or 5 days. You want those cars moving, all right? You want to maximize both those situations, right? And so if you do require longer weekends, sometimes maybe that it's going to mess up some of your business. But again, if that's the business you want, that's the business you want. But I do this on like a car, like a Tesla or a Mercedes, something like that, because I'm not going to give you my Mercedes or Tesla for a day. It needs to make sense for me, right? And so, especially on the weekend, and so you want to make sure that that makes sense for you there. So that's really about it. I mean, there's so much to go into, but you can the beautiful things are this host settings, and then you can literally say, I'm going to have my anniversary. I don't want to big enough because one of the things that happened to me, I went on a trip. I'm thinking everything is good. I'm in the middle of nowhere on a men's retreat, and someone books a car or from my home location. I don't even have a reception. I don't hear about this until after I come back, after I get to the reception in a minute in there. I look at them like I got cracked. They were like, you got a no-show fee as a host. I got a bad, I mean, it was horrible, right? I didn't know that you can go in there and say, hey, I'm sorry, man, I'm not available. So you don't get any surprises. And so I was like, all excited. I looked at everything was free. I had everything taken care of. I had somebody help me with the one little car I was going out. And I was like, I'm fine, perfect. No, when did it pop me for? Oh, I lost $100 because I had a no-show as a host. Because I didn't know that you could go in here and create yourself unavailable. You can create unavailable dates. So if you want a retreat or a convention or something like that, just go in there. I'm unavailable. So that means that whatever's booked is booked and nobody's going to get you. And I don't know, last minute, nothing. You're good, right? You want to do that. I promise you, you want to do that. And it's a beautiful thing. You want to go on vacation, you can literally go in here. If again, this is business for you. What I'm saying, I have a determination to go to Portugal. Love it. I want to go so bad. I don't know if I'm gonna make it this year, but my goal is to get there. And if I want to go there I want to go there for a month, right? I just have to go and say, okay, I'm going like 2024 in August. I can literally just shut down August. I'm not available in August. Nobody's gonna book any cars. I'm gonna worry about nothing. I'm not worry about it. I'm not gonna make any money unless I can find somebody to help me. But I could literally have that thing shut it down. Nobody's gonna book August. I'll be on my trip enjoying, no stress, no worries, and then come back and then I'll figure it out from there, right? And so that's available to you. You want to do that. All right. Total accounts. If you got total accounts, you put in there. Again, same thing. I got cracked. I got looking at the mail, and I've got total after total after total of the car that I've got a total account, but I didn't add the car to it. You would think these people would tell you, But no, they just run through the and then $2 becomes $100, right? And then like you ignore it, it's not $400. Like $400. What the heck is going on? So I had to call them and get that fixed. So you got to be careful on that as well. If you have tolls in your area, make sure that you communicate with that client. Make sure they communicate with you. Make sure you pay those things as soon as you get them, and then work it out from there, right? But they have it set up in here. I've not figured it out yet. It's ideally just brand new for them, but you can figure if you have your toll uh, thing, then you can put it in there and transponder. Then you can put it in there, and then they keep track of what when the client did it, and so you get paid for it and the whole thing, which is ideally where I want to get to. But I don't have the transponders, and I'm not transponder for all those cars. But we'll figure it out. All right, and so then end up saying, all right, I have 9 cars listed, and God's blessed me. I love this cars, right? I love this business, and my goal is to get to 30 cars, get a location, and then duplicate this concept. All right. If you'd like to help me, if you want your family and you want to, say, hey, Maurice, we'll give you some money and we'll partnership up together. I believe in you. You got a dream. I'm all in. I'm looking to scale, and again, it's just about buying cars with my money. I'm blessed where I can get the cars at a great price. I'm doing cash cars. But if you got a car sitting around, you want to add in the family, put me to work, and flip it in 50-50, come on, let's do it. If you got money sitting around that you want to turn into a ridiculous return on investment compared to what the bank's giving you, I got you, right? Let's talk about it. And so I hope this helps. I hope that I went step. I hope you saw the numbers. I hope you saw the processes. You saw the opportunity. And I hope if you need me, I got you. Again, loving each other is more important to me than any kind of money or anything like that. Except for those templates, I'm sorry. That's always put on my heart about those templates. But if you need me to help you set up, add a car, help you buy cars, help you figure out what kind of cars to get, which ones work better, help you set your all anything. Just just reach out in the comments, let me know, and I'll come find you. I'll help you. Set up a call. I'll talk to you. Come visit me if you live here. Let's do it. Okay. So I hope this helps. I hope it adds value. If it does, please like, subscribe, so that we can be family. And I hope to do a bunch of this as you guys, so you can see um, my Turo fleet trip. That my determination is to multiply in multiple states. So come along with me. Pray for me. Help me financially if you want to do that. As far as being a son to me, you can. I mean, I got everything in there. I got Patreon. I got everything in there. You want to do to be able to be blessing to me, because I truly believe I'm blessed. I truly believe this is God's business. And I'd love for you to be part of it with me. I'd love for you all to pray for me and help me get to that next level and get that breakthrough. So God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.